Good morning, showrunners. I have this idea for a TikTok video. Um, right now, everybody that's over 30 is getting called a boomer, and since I'm over 30, I'm gonna make a TikTok regarding that. Oh my god, I'm so happy right now because I just made myself laugh so hard. In my haste to make this TikTok video, because like, oh great, I'm actually putting in some work. I made this sign. Opions? Op- I wrote it wrong. I caught myself before I posted the video, but I was like, oh man, take your time. It's no rush. Just do it right. Okay, now say it. Say it. I can't. James, you're never gonna feel better until you get this thing off your chest. You're right. Now say it. I'm an okay boomer. You're a boomer and you're what? Old? No. Proud. I'm an okay boomer and I'm proud. Good. Now say it louder. I'm an okay boomer and I'm proud. Louder! I'm an okay boomer and I'm proud. I'm an okay boomer and I'm proud. Hello everyone. Welcome to the Comedy Showrunner, the podcast slash vlog slash YouTube channel slash TikTok where I basically log everything that's been going on with me in my journey to become the next big thing in stand-up comedy. Not necessarily me, but my show, which is this, which I call the Ultimate Bringer Show. This is a stand-up comedy competition where the audience text votes for their favorite comic of the night and then Venmos them money. The reason I'm pursuing this is because I myself am an aspiring stand-up comic, and after employing so much self-awareness, I realized that in order for me to reach my dream of becoming a stand-up comic, a professional, getting paid stand-up comic, the amount of work that is necessary to achieve that is something that I have not been putting into, I haven't been putting in the work, the hours necessary to achieve that, and therefore, I am trying to figure out a different way to achieve it. I'm carving my own path, which is through this competition. So this is what the idea is. So I'm a single father of twin girls. I don't make a lot of money at Trader Joe's. I have to pay child support, and I have a car payment, all the bills. I'm basically a regular guy right now. A guy who went to college, didn't graduate. I have one unit left, but decided that what I was pursuing wasn't worth it. I paid my way through college myself, and so therefore I don't have any student debt, but I am in debt with my other life bills. Anyways, that doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure I'll talk about this. I've made this episode way too many times. Like, I had a podcast at one point, and I wanted to do it audio, and I would explain to everyone like what the situation was and why I'm doing all this. But now I'm doing it in a video form, and hopefully I can transcribe this into audio later. But that's a lot of work, I'm gonna be doing this all myself. So what I've decided to do is start creating videos that I can just, real short clip, and then cut it together later, and then upload it to YouTube and just leave it there. No post edits other than some small cuts here and there. I want to try to keep it under 10 to 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes long, just so that it's a quick update, I have last week's episode ready to get edited and cut together, and this is Monday's episode. So, to recap, what happened last week? Last week, I hosted my show, the Ultimate Bringer Show, December's competition, which was also known as the Ultimate Bringer Showdown, where all the champions throughout the year battled it out for one to determine who was the funniest comic of the year from my competition, and the winner was Salvador de Santos, who's that would be his second win. Um, it was great actually. It was a great turnout. Um, this was the first time I ever incorporated a band to be part of the show. Kuroshi Band. It's led by a guy that I used to know in high school. The way I came into contact with him again is because I was looking originally for a drummer who would just play some drums between the sets just to give it a little bit more of a live feel. But then he suggested like, hey, why take the drummer when you can take the whole band? And then we started communicating back and forth, and eventually it came to fruition where he was now performing in my show for free, which is I'm grateful for. I do plan to create this into a bigger thing, and with this opportunity, I can talk to him about it. What was I gonna say? So far with the ideas with the band is that okay, so we have the whole bar for the whole night, right? And he says that he knows bands who actually have fans, and he says like if we can share the stage with another band, like we do a 15-minute set, and then they do their set, we don't have to change too many instruments, then you can actually potentially have more people. And he also asked me, because he works at at San Fernando Brewery, and he says like, oh, what do you think about hosting your show at the brewery on a Sunday? Sundays are dead. You can host it there. And I agreed. I was like, yes, let's do it. Let's figure it out. And so that's what's gonna go happen right now. That's my goal, because I figured ultimately having my competition once a month is great. My goal for next 2020 is to have it on a bi-monthly basis, twice a month. But I'm not there yet. And so my goal is to create it on a Sunday, on a weekly. And I know but this is a different location. Okay, so with comedy shows, location's very important. It's very important because the shows where people live in like Hollywood area, right? That's where all the comedy's happening. I live in San Fernando, the San Fernando Valley, which is a little further north, probably 20 minutes away, maybe 35 minutes with traffic. But everybody lives over here, that's like a little bit more suburban. Maybe some people live out there, but not the grand majority of the artists that are out here. Everybody wants to be in Hollywood. That's why there's so much fucking traffic. So it's very hard to host a show out there. It's just the amount of people that are willing to go out there to either perform or to bring people to the show as, their guests is very minimal. And so I've shied away from asking bars out there if they want to host anything. Especially because, it's probably not going to be worth it. But stage time is stage time, and I think people are going to want to do it. So, a couple things. Sorry, my brain travels at like 50 miles per hour, so I'm thinking of 3 different things at the same time right now. One of the things I'm thinking about is, okay, if I start doing this on Sundays, then that means more exposure, more content that I can produce, more work to be done, and I can, if a place like the brewery starts seeing a consistent, like, this is a show every Sunday, then it builds reputation. You have people who, frequent the bar often, they're regulars who are like, hey, I live down the street, but this is like a fucking show on a Sunday night. Let's go. It might start building some organic reach, right? It's just by being there, I'm going to start accumulating fans of the show. Which is going to be, I have more of a chance of accumulating fans of the show at a place where I can be there all the time than at once a month, right? It's just the math. Sorry, my fucking arm is hurting. Hold on. Alright, fellow showrunners. So an important part of being a poor person is that you have to find ways to save money. And nothing saves you money faster than meal prepping for the week. So, like, what the price of one meal of you eating out is actually can feed you for 3 days. So, I've never really done this before. I don't know how to meal prep, so I'm learning. And I know that it's going to be something that's going to be essential to surviving out in the real world. I mean, look at where I live. You know, this isn't even my place. So what we're gonna do is basically gonna cut this. We'll put the ground beef in there with some cheese. Put them in the oven to bake, and then we're gonna cook the ground beef. We're gonna add some corn. We're gonna add some onion, and then we'll see what happens at the top of it. Knife skills are important. Taco seasoning that I made. And now we wait.